Canada may be known for its maple syrup and hockey, but did you know it has the longest international border in the world? And the word Canada comes from an indigenous word Kanata, which means settlement or village. Not to mention that Canada is home to the world's smallest jail, and that the city of Churchill in Manitoba is known as the polar bear capital of the world. Get ready to uncover 5 more fascinating facts that will make you appreciate this magnificent nation even more. So grab a cozy blanket and a cup of hot chocolate because you won't want to miss it. Number 1. Basketball was invented by a Canadian. Little did the world know that one Canadian man would invent a game that would change the course of sports history forever. James Naismith, an instructor at the YMCA International Training School, now Springfield College in Springfield, Massachusetts, responded to the need for an outdoor winter activity. He developed a game that emphasized skill over force, and thus, basketball was born. Graduates of the YMCA Training School in Springfield helped to spread basketball throughout the world. By the 1930s, it was played in countries around the world, prompting its acceptance as an official Olympic men's competition in 1936. What started as a simple recreational game in 1891 would become one of the world's most popular sports, played in over 200 countries and generating billions of dollars in revenue. Number 2. Superman was co-created by a Canadian. Did you know that Superman, one of the most iconic superheroes in history, was created by a Canadian comic book artist and writer? In the 1930s, Canadian Joe Shuster, along with American national Jerry Siegel, decided to team up to create a syndicated newspaper comic strip featuring a superpowered hero. However, after years of trying to sell their creation to syndicates, they finally agreed to publish it in a comic book. They sold all rights to Superman to DC Comics for a mere $130 USD, a decision they later regretted when the character became a massive success. Despite this setback, Siegel and Shuster continued to work on the comics as the principal writers and artists, enjoying popularity with readers and a good salary. On April 18, 1938, Action Comics #1, introducing the world to the Man of Steel, hit the newsstands, and almost 80 years later, the comic series continues to thrive. However, comic book fans may not know that the character's co-creator, Jerry Siegel, later filed a lawsuit against DC Comics for the rights to Superboy. The character was based on a story Siegel had previously submitted to DC, and when he discovered that the company was using the character without permission, he took legal action while serving in the US Army. Number 3. World's first UFO landing pad. St. Paul, a small town in Alberta, Canada, had a grand vision in 1967. They proposed building the world's first UFO landing pad as a landmark to attract tourists and promote the region's potential for extraterrestrial encounters. To their surprise, the government of Canada supported the idea and declared St. Paul the Centennial Capital of Canada during the landing pad's grand opening on June 3, 1967. Today, the UFO landing pad still stands as a unique and quirky attraction, enticing visitors with its bold promise of alien encounters. Number 4. Peanut butter was invented in Canada. Contrary to popular belief, American scientist George Washington Carver is not the mastermind behind everyone's favorite spread, peanut butter. Peanut butter, in fact, has been around for centuries. The ancient Incans and the Aztecs have been grinding roasted peanuts into a paste for ages. While the concept of peanut butter dates far back, the creamy and delicious peanut butter we know today is thanks to Canadian inventor Marcellus Gilmore Edson. It was in 1884 that Edson of Canada patented peanut paste, a finished product that was made by milling roasted peanuts between 2 heated surfaces. According to Edson's patent application, the process created a smooth and creamy consistency that was reminiscent of butter, lard, or ointment. This invention was particularly important for people who found it difficult to chew solid foods, a health issue that was all too common during Edson's era. Number 5. Largest number of donut shops. There's something about a freshly baked donut that just hits the spot. At least, that's what Canadians seem to think. The donut shops in Canada have been dubbed a national institution, and even an unofficial national food. In fact, Canada boasts the highest number of donut shops per capita in the world, with only Japan coming in a close second. Interestingly enough, Canada boasts 5 times the number of donut shops per capita than their southern neighbors in the United States. The industry had exploded in the early 1990s with the arrival of franchise chains, but it was the independent shops that truly captured the hearts of Canadians. As we wrap up this video, we want to hear from you. What are some unknown facts about Canada that we haven't covered? Share your craziest and most interesting facts in the comments below. And if you enjoyed this video, please consider giving it a thumbs up and subscribing to our channel. Thanks for watching, and we'll catch you in our next video.